This is Rescue Data and Repair. My name is Ben. Happy welcome to the Micro Soldering Show. And before we start, you should register for FixDesk. FixDesk is an all-in-one repair management software, including POS and billing. We developed it over the last 2 years, and it's a great system. You should use it. Okay. So now we just start with the next thing on my table, and it looks pretty crazy. So it was the point where I thought, okay, we can do a video about that. So let's see. We got mailed in this board exactly like this. Okay, it's an iPhone 6s. It was mailed in from overseas, and the customer needs the important data. He was already at some other shops and they couldn't help him. So let's see if we can get that. So for a successful data recovery, we need to have the NAND, we need to have the CPU, and we need to have the data out of the Logic EEPROM. Okay, that's basically what we need. And I would say let's start about that and see if we can succeed or if we can succeed not. So we start by, okay, this is really badly cracked, so we do it like that, we do it like that, so we have some more space, and we use our good old Hecko board holder for just desoldering the shield on the front. So putting the EMI shield away should be done fast. Like I promised you, we will go through through all the CPU types. We started with the A8 in the last video. Now we just continue with the A9 on an iPhone 6s. And we need to get data out of this phone. This is pretty important, okay? So let's see if we can lift up the CPU. Okay, looks like that, and we go straight to the microscope. Happy welcome. And let's see if we can lift up the CPU as easy as we could lift up the shield. I think the RAM will getting pregnant right now, blow up and explode. Or is this a good one? No. You see, it comes up, hear the sound, bloop, and this RAM is dead now. So let's see if we can get out the CPU fast. So I don't care about the board. You see it's already cracked, but I care about the CPU. Okay, we are out. And we can start by just taking off the RAM. We need to have a knife. Oh, here is the bottom side of the CPU. This looks pretty okay. I just use a knife for taking away the glue and the small parts which are stuck in the glue. So it's all about cleaning the glue. Wie bitte? Ja, Moment. David, geh mal bitte schauen. Danke. So, okay. And now we just take the RAM from the CPU. Okay, side 1. Ooh, it's pretty hot. Side 2. And separate it, okay? So the RAM was already getting pregnant, so put it away. Now it's all about cleaning the CPU side, cleaning the RAM side, reballing the RAM side, reballing the CPU side, and get it back to the board. Before we need the NAND. The NAND we will take and we will copy the logic EEPROM data, if possible. Just add some flux here.
Die werden bei uns bereits im Eingang entsorgt. Wir versenden auf dem Rückweg aus Versicherungsgründen mit Normverpackungen. Genau, wir weisen aber auf dem Auftrag deutlich darauf hin.
Rechts oben steht das fett geschrieben.
Ganz genau. Das jegliches Zubehör.
So, cleaning the CPU. Das wird ja auch unterschrieben auf dem Auftrag, ne? Here again, here we have some.
Wir bekommen ganz selten Geräte in Originalverpackung, weil wir erstens in der E-Mail darauf hinweisen und zweitens auf den Serviceauftrag weisen wir nochmal drauf hin und nicht klein geschrieben. Das steht oben als allererstes. Das Zubehör, Verpackung bitte nicht mit einsenden, das gesendetes Zubehör wird in unserem Reparaturprozess entsorgt.
So, here we have cleaned the CPU.
Natürlich, dass das ärgerlich ist.
That's pretty good. Now we just clean the RAM side. First we need to clean it with a brush.
Wir sind ja kein kleines Unternehmen. Wir versenden am Tag etliche Geräte. Das hat bei uns alles einen gewissen Ablauf. Und wir versenden im Ausgang mit einem
Oh yeah, we can see we don't have the good surface for the CPU. We have a surface
Da passt die Verpackung auch nicht rein.
where we have to clean with the plate
Tut mir
later.
jetzt echt leid, aber das wird bereits im Eingang wird das entsorgt.
Lesen die keinen Auftrag oder?
Er hat noch gesagt, er hat es nicht gelesen, aber er findet das scheiße.
Hm. Das ist dann so. Fertig.
Ja, ich denke, die Kugeln werden 100%.
Ja. Dann melde ich mich aber bei ihm. So. Now we just have to clean the CPU. I always use a fresh plate for doing that, so I just get a new plate onto the knife. So, and if we had the other surface, which is often on the A9, it looks a little different, it has a complete other structure, and this is much more easy. This one, you see, has glue. So, and if it has glue, we have to remove that glue here. So, if we had the CPU with the other surface, we were already done. I had it just before. Watch on Instagram, the repair before was a A9 Swap 2 and it had a complete different surface. And this here is the glued one. So these are these which have more problems with the RAM, directly blowing up on just using low heat. And they are more difficult to do, because you have to move away all this glue. And it's important that you don't scrape too deep. It's only about taking away this glue. And as you can see, it's a lot. Okay, now just take the brush, clean, take a wipe, clean again. And because we had to clean so much glue, it's about having a look that the seats of the CPU are really clean now before we put in paste. But here you see that in a lot of pads we have too much of the high melting solder type. So we need to low down the melting point here by just using again some paste and only use the bore on the solder iron to come down here. Okay, so fresh solder ball. like this here. Okay, done. Now the brush again. So, and here we always have to take a closer look for the seats and for dirt at the seats, like on the other surface, okay? Because if we have dirt in here, it's like the solder doesn't want to stick. Here it's the silicon glue, which is between the RAM and the CPU, which makes it hard. Okay. Now it's like putting in some paste. And normally on this type of CPU, it's like you need to do it 2 or 3 times. So at the other type, it's mostly only 1 time. Okay. Important, clean the fixture. So this steals time. The cleaning process always takes time. Now we clean the CPU by using the wipe. Top side, bottom side, corners, sides, everything needs to be cleaned so no solder connects under the CPU. Okay. Switch the airflow and perform reflow. Okay, now just use some flux. Wait a short time and clean. And then have a close look. Then have a close look if you see pads where is dirt, okay? That is what I said before. It's about having a look. you see dirt in some seats. Okay, now we removed that, and it's all about a second time where we put in some paste. I think this CPU should be done with 2 times. Like it looks. It doesn't look bad, so I think 2 times should be done. Okay, I clean the fixture again. Like you see, this fixture cleaning is time taking. Alles klar, Ulrich? Okay. So. And again. Now, if all works fine, this is the last time where we have to flow over the side. And you see it took a lot of time. We were in a really good time before, but as I saw the surface and the glue, it was clear that this takes more time than other types. Okay. 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 And okay. Yeah. This looks good. Now we can go to the other side. And just rebore the CPU side. Here I see some dirt. So moved it away. Okay. Therefore we need 183 paste. So, add a stencil. Okay. Get the paste in. Okay. Change temperature and airflow settings. Rebore. Here I see that I just forgot to add some paste here. See? Not a problem. So, as long as you see it before you rebore, it's pretty okay. Okay, das halt später. Okay, what I see is that this one, come on over, this one and this one didn't want it to connect, so I'll just take some plugs here and give some air to it. And yeah, now we're fine. Here is one more which doesn't want to connect to. Okay, wait a second for cooling down. Lift the stencil up. And we are ready with the CPU. I already prepared a RAM, because this RAM is game over, and it's like, it's normal that they are game over. Clean the CPU one time. Just add some flux. And reflow. So now we are fine and have a good CPU. So this is okay. You can see that one pad is a little fucked, but it still lives, and I think we get it. Okay, so CPU here, and now it's all about taking out the NAND here, and we need to copy the logic EEPROM data. Okay. Now we need some more heat and some more airflow, or some less airflow. Done. Okay. So we unbind Wi-Fi on this NAND now. And before we just copy the logic EEPROM data from one to the other board. So it's like on hands on. And where is the fuck board? Should be this logic. Yeah, detected logic. Come on, if you took it one time, you can take it a second time. Okay, read. Read complete. And now my swap board. Come on. Okay, detected logic, burn. Write complete. Okay, that has been done. Now it's all about unbind Wi-Fi. Okay, get it in like this. Starting the JC software. Connect PCIe unlock Wi-Fi, done. Get it out and reboot that stuff. And as you see, we lost a lot of time on cleaning process and rebooting process of the RAM side of the CPU. Then lift the stencil up, just get some of flux in here, and we can take the swap board, getting in the NAND, having a look for the A1 to the left bottom side here. And as you can see, this board was used so many times, I can't count. Here I already have renewed the power IC. That's because it has epoxy on the fill, and if you use this board again and again, it can't work without replacing the power IC. With a little luck, it gets one time okay with epoxy, but then it will be game over. Top side looks clean, okay. So we can place the CPU down. Just having a look for the side, okay. Having a look for A1. A1 is here. The alignment should match for the CPU. Looks okay. Switch my settings. Solder down the CPU. Wait until the flux melts and comes out at the sides. Here it is, done. Wait a short time for cooling down. Having a look from the side, so you see a lot of flux, but you see bolts too. So cooling down a short time, we could directly switch on the RAM, but I want to control, because under the CPU there were some pads which didn't look perfect, not from soldering but from the surface, and we have to control that nothing under the CPU connected to each other. So it's about performing a quick boot and control what about the value without connected RAM, but this looks pretty okay. clean one time, having a look to that wonderful piece of CPU. Control if RAM is clean. It is. Sitting down. RAM to the CPU. Come on, baby. See, my fingers have some clue from the flux, so it's more hard to place it. Can't place with sticky fingers. Okay. So let's see if we can solder it down. Normally placement with the fingers is much better, but I have a lot of flux gluing on my fingers, so I had to use tweezers for help. So we have low melt on the RAM and on the RAM side of the CPU. So normally this is going fast. So should be okay. Wait a short time or wait a little longer time because we have low melt between RAM and CPU. As you can see here, the balls are still shiny, so wait some more seconds until they and you can see the RAM is right on the CPU. Let's check for the value. Let's check for the value. I think this is a good value. So you can see it's exactly our board. Okay. And we need to connect the screen. And let's see if we got an Apple. And boom! iPhone 6s A9. Board swap for data recovery after customer mailed in the phone scary like this. Okay, I think this is fucking awesome because yeah, a lot of people in his country just told him, or a lot of other repair shops just told him, we can't do anything and it's not makeable. You can't get data out of this phone because the board is hardly cracked and nothing is possible. And now he sends the phone over to Germany and we can get the data within 37 minutes. Okay, and press home to open. Okay, so I think it is in a mode where it's data. So if I press the home button, I'm pretty sure I will come to the key where you see it's data recovery mode. Okay, and if not, it's not our problem because perhaps somebody already worked before on the phone. But in this screen I often saw that after you hit the home button you can just give in the code and the data restore mode. Data restore mode comes and all is fine. But you see, it's no problem to even repair damages like this. So if you have a scary phone which is really hardly damaged and looks bad as fuck, you can send it here to Germany to rescue, data and repair, and we will get it. We could swap the baseband and the baseband EEPROM too, and then we would have a fully working device even out of these pieces of shit. Okay, so and data inside included in the job, as long as nobody deleted the data before. Okay, that's pretty important. We can't get the data back if you deleted it before, but you see, so now the screen will come again. I have to connect the home button. I have to put this thing into a basket here, press home to open. I will check that, and if there are no data on the phone, it's not our fault. So I have done my job. I swapped the board completely. A9 within 37 minutes, I think a good time. So you should register for FixDesk, because FixDesk is a really nice repair management software, including POS and billing. And by the way, you should order an ICC Pro, a tool which we developed here in Germany for a long time, and I think every technician in the world should have this on his table. Okay, I would be very happy to see you at our Facebook group, Smartphone Repair Group Germany, but please answer the questions, otherwise we can't accept you. I hope to see you with the next video. If you like the video, just give me a thumbs up, subscribe the channel, and give me some comments. So next time I think we will do another CPU. Okay, I'm out. Have a nice day, and yeah, stay safe, people. Goodbye.